Everybody knows about Port Stanley and Grand Bed, right? But what if I told you that there is a hidden gem just 2 hours away from Toronto that most people drive right past? Welcome to Port Burwell, Ontario, a small lakeside town with big surprises. I'll stick around till the end of the video because I'll show you one spot in town that took me completely by surprise. My name is Manu Rosso, and I'm a professional geoscientist and travel agent with 15 years of experience on the field. I spend most of the year traveling throughout the world, and on this channel we will visit amazing places from Canada and Latin America. I also show you the best tips to get the most out of your trip without breaking the bank. So grab your passport because our journey starts now.
Hello everybody, behind myself we're going to see today the Lake Erie shore area. We are at Port Burwell, Ontario, and what we're going to see is going to be very amazing for you guys.
Port Burwell is located on the north shore of Lake Erie. It's about 45 minutes south of London, Ontario. It's one of those classic Ontario towns that feels frozen in time in the best possible way. As soon as you walk down on the main street, you will notice the historic buildings, the friendly vibe, and honestly, how quiet it is compared to other beach towns. But don't let the quiet fool you, because this place has a lot of character. Let's take a walk and see what this town is all about. The first thing I noticed is that for not being that famous, this town has lots of restaurants. And I mean it. I see a lot of seafood restaurants and also burger places and patios to get a relaxed afternoon after having a drink. The color on the streets seem to me that gives a peaceful and cozy vibe that makes you feel like you want to keep walking for hours. And because the town is not that big in extension, the trip is more than worth it. Compared with other beach towns in Ontario, I must say that I like the fact that it's not that crowded because if you think about it, in the shoreline of Lake Erie or Lake Huron, at least to me, it's very likely no matter what town you go to. But unlike other towns like Grand Bend or Bayfield, there is more room for parking and there is no that many people. So that means a thumbs up for me. And now it's time to talk about one of the most important places here in Port Burwell, the beach. First thing you will notice is the sand. This is a rough, rocky shoreline. This is soft, clean sand that actually feels good to walk on. And because Port Burwell flies under the radar compared to places like Port Stanley, you're not fighting for space with hundreds of tourists. For what I can see from here, the beach stretches for a good distance, so there's plenty of room whether you want to be close to the facilities or find your own little quiet spot away from everyone. Now let's talk about the water. Lake Erie is known for being warmer than the other Great Lakes, and Port Burwell delivers on that. The water here is shallow for a long way out, which makes it perfect for families with kids. You can walk out pretty far and still be only waist deep. It's safe, it's clean, and on hot summer day, absolutely refreshing. The water quality is generally really good here too, and the rest is regularly and most of the summer is safe for swimming. Just check the signs when you arrive. Oh, and here's something you don't appreciate until you see it from above. How the beach meets the other river. Right at the edge of the park, the river flows into the lake, and that's where you'll see the people kayaking or paddleboarding. It's a completely different vibe. Calmer water, more sheltered, and beautiful in its own way. And facilities. There are washrooms, change rooms, and a little snack bar if you forgot to pack lunch. But fair warning, the snack bar can get busy, so bringing your own food might be the smarter move. So, as a conclusion for the beach, I would say that this is one of the most beautiful beaches I have seen here in Ontario. And right there behind those restaurants lays what we came for, the submarine. So we have to keep walking through this street in order to find this spot where we are going to be able to go down to the entrance for seeing the submarine. Okay, we just found it. So now we have to take a look around to see where the entrance for paying a ticket or whether what is it that we have to do here in order to see the submarine. So it turns out that there is a small store right next to this entrance when you guys need to buy the ticket, which is around $25, 25 Canadian. Okay, and the first thing that the tour guide tells you when a trip is going to start is that we cannot do film inside the submarine, because I mean it's for the privacy of the armed forces here in Canada. So, but I can tell you guys that this is a very nice experience. Inside, you can see the sailor beds, control office, torpedoes. You can see where they used to eat. It's actually a real submarine that they use on the decade of the 60s. I remember he told us that the submarine was built in England, especially for being used as vigilance in the time of the Cold War. Oh, and I remember that he showed us the engines, and it actually surprised me that there were actually diesel engines, so that caught my attention. What I liked the most about the tour was the fact that the tour guide was full of interesting stories and facts about those times. He showed us too that the inside the submarine had access to $1 million for emergencies. I don't know what kind of emergencies could be that you can use $1 million. And it actually seemed to be suspicious that he knew that much about the submarine itself. So I kept the impression that he might have served there because he was a grown man too. So this was a very interesting thing to do here in Port Burwell. So totally recommend it. Oh, and I was able to get this beautiful hat for $25. I love it. So there you have it. Port Burwell, Ontario. Small town with a submarine, a beautiful beach, and way more charm than I expected. But now I want to hear from you. Have you ever been at Port Burwell? Or there's another hidden gem in Ontario you think I should explore next? Drop it in the comments down below, because I read every single one. And if you are enjoying these videos and want to see more hidden spots across Canada and Latin America, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss the next adventure. You can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook for travel tips and updates on where I'm going next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.